All right, everyone. We look to be live here on Sunshine Community, and we have what is this officially called? The Non-Lockout Bingo Summer Championship that is about to get underway. We got some absolute gamers playing in it. We have Jeff Compass, Ramato, Mason, and Mr. Yato. So, four absolute titans of Super Mario Sunshine Bingo squaring off in the championship for summer non-lockout bingo. It's going to be a good one. We're letting the players finish getting set up. We have Jeff doing some parkour around Bianco, Ramato. Similarly, doing some parkour around Delfino. Shoutouts to Ramato for restreaming today. Having to restream and play, man, it's definitely like, it's not like crazy, but just having to do that, all that stuff before playing, it definitely throws off the routine. And for someone like Ramato, they definitely probably have their routine. He's in here probably listening to me thinking, man, Mo's just talking to talk. And yeah, I am kind of doing that because I have to kill the time before we start. We're doing some sound checks, some visual checks on the stream, and then we'll be underway. It'll be a good match, though. I like having at least 4 people do non-lockouts, because when it's just like 2v2, it's sometimes, if one person chooses a route that's so much better than the other, it's hard to overcome. With 4 people, though, you can get 2 people choosing the same route that's good. Oh, okay. Each player can open the card at a different time based on standings. That is a good rule for me to know, because I was trying to find some resources on that. Did not see that. So, not every player can open the card. So I guess on our stream, we won't be able to see it until Ramato opens. And also Ramato's muted but not deafened, so. Unless he can't be deafened, which means he just has to take the earpiece out, which he might have already done so. Because Ramato knows how not to cheat. He is a gamer for a reason. Okay, I guess I'm doing the countdown. So... Oh. Go. Okay. So I'll open the card, because I don't think Ramato can hear me. Otherwise, he would have told me by now. And oh, it is visible on screen. Maybe Ramato was able to go first, and that's all good. But let's look at this card now. We have, let's see, linked pairs in a corner. That's pretty good. All 30 blue coins from a single level in the center. Now, that is not as terrible as it sounds in non-lockout, if you're only familiar with lockout bingo. But it only works in very specific instances where you really want to stay in one level the whole time, for the most part. Now, it is with Piana blue coins, but it's also with 16 Noki blue coins in row 3, so maybe not ideal there. Let's figure out what else is good, or what else, really in non-lockouts, what else is bad. There is 6 from 2, which could work with 30 blue coins in a single level. Really, column 5 is like not that terrible. It's pretty generic. 6 from 2 does require some deep commitment, but it could be a generic thing for everything. Let's see what else we got going on here. Chat, you can always help me out. Also, if someone else wants to hop in and help commentate, a partner would not be bad. See, row 2, you got Gelato Shadow Mario or Noki 6 shines, which is potentially kind of stinky, maybe not. It would be with 2 from 5, which is kind of the opposite of what you want to do. So row 2, I would really look away from early on. Now row 5, I'm seeing that for the first time. And I see 9 Delfino shines, 2 Pinna Hidden shines, 6 Delfino shines, Piana 3 damageless, 25 lives. 9 and 6 Delfino shines in the same part of the card, pretty good.
You can then press the R button to hover in the air for a short time.
I do see Piana Hidden as well. 2 rocket nozzles, 100 coin shine from an episode 2. So maybe row 4 and row 5 are not that bad. You combine that with column 5. You get 6 from 2 in Pinna, or not Pinna, Noki, or no, not Noki. Pianta and Delfino, because Delfino is a world. You get your rocket nozzle unlocks in Pianta, potentially. But maybe not, because you don't want to go that deep in Pianta. Oh, I mean, I don't think it's bad, though, because Pianta is fast. And doing some extra stuff in Pinna just for Yoshi and, you know, the hidden shines isn't that terrible. Let's see. Players are working their way through airstrip still, so not much to talk about there. Ramato and Jeff right now are able to view the card. The other players are on delay. Man, 30 blue coins from a single level. That's going to challenge these players for sure, and that's why we have the best of the best here in the championship. Jeff, Ramato, Mason, and Yato squaring off. We're now entering the longer cutscene.
Court is now in session. As you are no doubt aware, someone has been sentenced.
And Yato is now good to go.
Delfino Isle using some paint-like substance. The accused is charged with polluting our beautiful home and, yes, endangering our very way of life. Indeed, how can one not be aware of what is going on? Though it is daytime in Delfino Plaza, our poor residents tremble beneath a veil of darkness.
This card really makes me want to go to Piana, because I see goals like 16 Piana blues, 6 from 2, Piana hidden, Piana 3 damageless. Even lives is pretty... I mean, you can grind the lives super fast in Piana 5 hidden, which you do have to do in this. Maybe even not. I guess you don't have to do the Piana 5 hidden. You could always just go all the way through to episode 8. And maybe that is a play on this card. I don't think it is. I don't think you can do that greedy of a play on this card, just because all the players here are super fast. But I do think the play up to Piana 5 with the hidden there, I think that's pretty valid, because that could be your 6th shine from Pianta, and then you're feeling pretty good if you want to include column 5 in your play as well. Welcome in, Mars. If you want to commentate, Mars, come on in. I could use a friend. That way I'm just not talking to myself, and you guys are getting sick and tired of my voice.
They used to gather in great numbers at the Shine Gate, but the graffiti incident has polluted the island and most of the Shine sprites have fled. There is no
honestly, that's okay.
To support the peaceful lifestyle of the islanders. It is most pitiable. The only way to ensure the return of the Shine sprites is to keep the island from becoming...
Alright, Mason has revealed the card. He is good to go.
The perpetrator is likely at work even as we speak. And you, Mario, are being treated...
So one thing I'm trying to think right now is row 1. We got 5 linked blue coin pairs, 45 total blues, 5 from 3, Noki Turbo or Delfino Rocket, and 4 hidden shines. Now, Noki Turbo Nozzle or Delfino Rocket is stinky. 4 Hiddens is sort of stinky. 5 from 3 might not be bad, but you can't use Delfino. And row 5 just looks pretty nice on this card. So I'm unsure what these players are going to decide to do. It is non-lockout though. It makes sense to just get the plant unlocked as soon as possible. Yato, it looks like misunderstood the rules a little bit, so he's going to start on hacked file real quick just to get caught back up as much as possible. And he's still behind, so I don't think anything is unfair about the situation. This is kind of a new way to try doing advantages based off the regular season. Oh, and Ramato can retime in post. That's a good point. Since it's non-lockout, the timing can be retimed, so we'll take that into account. Yato is about 5 minutes behind, so keep that in mind as we go through this. Might add some nice jeopardy to the end of this competition, which is always fun to see. Ramato is taking the pepper with him. Jeff going under Delfino for blues. Oh, not even blues, for lives. The Jeff Compass life grind. He does have the YouTube video on how to get all the lives. And Mason is going for linked pairs, so maybe Mason sees some juice in row 1, and maybe not. It could be TLBR or column 1, but I don't know. I'm trying my best to stay away from all 30 blue coins from a single level. My guess is it'll be done by at least one of the players on this card, because these gamers are not afraid of big blue coin goals like I am. Let's see. Ramato is going to Pianta. I like that. Jeff also in Pianta. I like that. Mason also going to Pianta. So yeah, the players do like Pianta, and I agree. Pianta is good on this card. You can do a lot of stuff in Pianta. Players are also grabbing blue coins while they're here. 16 Pianta blue coins in column 2 and row 3. Potentially part of their plans. Potentially not. Could just be going for 45 totals or something else. This is triple, I'm pretty sure. I actually didn't ask. I just kind of assumed it was triple. I could ask in Bingo Sync chat, but they're sorting out enough stuff right now in Bingo Sync chat, and these gamers also have to play Super Mario Sunshine Bingo, which is no easy task. So we will go with the assumption of it being a triple, because that's usually what they're playing, at least from what I see. The Pianta gamers are sticking in Pianta. I wasn't paying too much attention to stream delay, so I'm not sure how far behind or ahead all these players are. Yato obviously had some issues with understanding some of the rules. Like I said, they're confusing set of rules. First time it seems like we're trying to do something like this in the bingo community, which I think is great overall, but that's okay. Players are definitely collecting blues in Pianta, though. Is this for 16? is this just for convenience, or is it for all 30? That's the question right now. Ramato should have the speed advantage here, just in general. But Jeff is pretty fast as well, and Mason with Bingo speed is right there, right behind him. And Mason can route like nobody else, except maybe the guys he's playing against. But Mason is a good router. He hangs his hat on that very well. Now, Damageless is on the card, so any accidental damage here could be fatal just by taking 1 point, because it means they can't click the goal then. Jeff looks good, though. As long as he doesn't get fire chickened here. All right, Mason, we'll see what he's doing. He's taking it safe, but he's going to grab some blue coins along the way, so... This is the strat I would use, so I can't really hate him too hard. Ramato dodges the Wind Spirit. He's looking good so far. Okay, and he is safe from the goop on the ground. Only the fire chicken can ruin his dreams and hopes now. And yep, there's Jeff clicking off Piranha 3 damageless. Looks like not much stream delay there. And Ramato making sure to spray the fire chicken. That way he doesn't get gooped. Jeff's briefly leaving Pianta. Maybe he only wanted damageless there, and yep, damageless clicked off by all 3 players. Yato, first time looking at his screen in a hot minute, but he's actually made his way to Bianco, so definitely a different route by Yato. Ramato counting some blue coins real quick. He's at 14, needs 2 more if he wants 16 from Pianta Village. Mason now focusing on some Delfino shines. So row 5 is looking like the juice for Mason right now. What he adds onto that row remains to be seen, but I do like me some row 5 action on this card. The card is not updating on stream. So Ramato's the restreamer. Let's see, what's the best way to do this? I don't think there's a I could message him, but also that might just be... I think he needs to have the card active. Let's... I'll send a Bingo Sync message for that one. Well, Ramato clicked off Piranha 3 damageless, so it should have at least updated with him and Jeff. Yeah, you just clicked off 16 Piranha blues. So Ramato did click that off. And remember, in non-lockout, you only really click the goals you're going for. So even if you get other goals incidentally, it's best practice not to click them off. Jeff continuing his grind for lives by getting them wherever possible. That's definitely a hallmark of Jeff's gameplay on Bingo. So Ramato is potentially trying to do Beach Shine here. Work towards some more of those Delfino shines, or that might be his first Delfino shine, actually. Jeff is going for the linked pair here, which is interesting. Shows... Oh. Okay, we got the card working. Oh, so now we know what Ramato is doing. Which is kind of fun. That shows how he sees the card. Column 4 is interesting. 2 secrets, 1 level. Where would his 2 secrets, 1 level be? I guess Pinna, potentially. Maybe? I guess it'd have to be Pinna, right? That seems like a major commitment there from Ramato. And Ramato is looking at a lot of blues here, so 14 shines from Delfino with blue trades, plus the 9 Delfino shines. That shouldn't be too bad. Oh, I guess he's getting 30 from a single level, dang. Yeah, so Ramato's got a lot of commitment. Jeff at least looks like he's getting linked pairs, and Mason as well, so they're probably doing something different than Ramato. Jeff and Mason might be on the same page. Oh, he's got 75 on his card as well. I don't know how I missed that. That goal right there. And then Yato, he is... I really don't know what Yato's doing, what his plan is. Remember, he is about 5 minutes or so behind the others. And he'll get retimed just because he misunderstood the rules. Yeah, but row 5 right now does look very popular amongst these gamers. Jeff right now chasing Ramato into the beach pipe. It's always fun to see how these routes overlap and intertwine. Yato, though, in Rico Harbor. So what might Yato be doing? That's kind of my next thing to try and figure out. Could it be like a column 2 sort of thing? Maybe, maybe not. It could be like a 2 rocket nozzle thing, because Rocket and Rico kind of makes sense. It's tough to say. Mason now working towards the episode 1 secret in Gelato 1. Now, what does this work towards for Mason? Like, if Mason's trying to do hiddens, because Mason might be doing row 1, so he needs the 4 hidden shines. That potentially opens up a red coin hidden. He's leaving, though. Could also potentially be a 2 from 5, like he only needs 2 shines from that level. But we do know Mason wants Delfino shines. Jeff, Ramato, and Mason have made that part very clear. Then we got Yato back in Bianco. He's been a classic Bianco Rico gamer so far. You love to see it. Speaking of Bianco Rico gamers, we do have the Birth of a Bloodline tournament coming up, where we'll see some new bingo players test get their start in bingo, I guess you could say. And I bet we'll see a lot of Bianco Rico gamers, because that's just a very comfortable way to start out playing bingo. So, look, even you got the best in Yato still saying, hey, Bianco Rico, that's a good start. Let's do it. Let's run it here in the Summer Bingo Non-Lockout Championship. Of course, that tournament will be lockout bingo, so a little bit different, but thought I'd bring it up anyway. Yeah, Jeff Compass now, first to Pinna, collecting blue coins there.
That is Pinna Island. The villain's secret hideout must be there.
I haven't been paying too much attention to Jeff, but I want to know how many lives he's at. It might even be cut off, like you can't even see it, which is the funny thing. Because he's been going hard on collecting those lives. He's probably at about, what, 13 lives maybe now? That might be a little bit too much, but he has been going hard at the lives. Motto into Rico Park, grabbing some blues along the way. Does need 75. Mason following them right on in. A lot of overlap in where these players are going, but not necessarily what they're doing, which makes it very interesting. Saying that, I don't even know exactly what each player has done, because keeping track of 4 different players is not easy, especially when you're solo comms. But we're trying our best here. Yep, so far only the clicks from Piano 3 Damageless from Ramato, Jeff, and Mason, and then Ramato's click on 16 Pianta Blues. But this is non-lockout, remember. You can build towards these goals over time and efficiently. You do not need to race towards goals like you do in lockout. Non-lockout, there's a huge premium on routing. Just because, you know, the faster route you can do, if you're have the faster route and you're the faster player, you're basically guaranteed to win. The counterplay is just not there, so. Definitely a different style of bingo. I think it's a lot more relaxing because you don't have to worry about racing different players to different goals. A lot of my most fun or more enjoyable bingo experiences have been just playing chill non-lockouts. It's never a bad time. It is a crazy goal, but in non-lockout, it really isn't that bad. Like, Gelato, Shadow Mario, or Inoki 6 Shine is a worse goal, in my opinion. I'll do all 30 blue coins from a single level before Gelato, Shadow Mario, or Inoki 6 Shine, like, 9 times out of 10, if they're on the same card. Because at least with that goal, you got a bunch of pretty viable levels to do it in. Sure, you're probably going deep in the levels, but, you know, you could, in theory, do it in Rico. Piano's a pretty typical one. Pinna's not bad. That's pretty much about what you do for 30 in a single level. But I think I've also done in non-lockouts like Serena, when there's like a really good Serena card. So, you know, all it takes is for one... Oh, Jeff with a Interesting save there in the secret. All it takes is for one of the 7 levels to be really good, where you really want to go deep in the level, to make 30 blue coins from a single level. Not a bad goal. It's still stinky and it sucks. It's in the center today, but there's definitely worse. Ramato grabbing lives, which makes sense. He does have that starred for row 5. Yeah, if chat, you keep saying stuff so that way I have more stuff to talk about. Because it is not easy to talk to yourself. Fun fact. Yato joining the party in Pinna Park. Mason grabbing blue coins outside the secret area. He's actually going in for the first time. Jeff going in for the second time, this time for the hidden. It truly is a Pinna party right now. There always comes a point of bingo match where everyone thinks Pinna is the place to be because it's just the place to be for the mid game, you know? Whether it's Yoshi, grabbing some blue coins, a secret or a hidden, some reds. You can do it all in Pinna Park. Ramato also going for the hidden right now. Oh, did we lose the stars from Ramato? I don't know how that happened, but... yeah, I'm also trying to figure out Yato's route. To be fair, I haven't played with Yato recently, as in like the past year and a half, 2 years when it comes to non-lockouts, but he's always been more of an eccentric router, you know, going for stuff he wants to do rather than what's best necessarily, though this is the championship, so I assume he is trying to go for what's best here. And oftentimes in the non-lockouts that I'd play in, it'd be more like very casual, very much, you know, I don't feel like doing Serena whenever's today. Serena is the best place on the card, but I'm not going to do it, so sometimes that'd be the vibe. Here, probably not the vibe, but, you know, if that's the vibe Yato's going for in his route, I'm not gonna fault him. Now, one thing we do see here in Pinna 3 is we do have a red coin episode shine. So, Jeff is getting that knocked off here, as well as Ramato. Now, Ramato does not need it for the goal. We saw his goals on the card are column 4, row 3, and row 5. And Ramato is making sure to get as many blue coins as possible as he makes his way to both 75 totals and 30 from a single level. Now, where is his 30 coins from a single level going to be? If I was a little bit more in practice, I could probably tell you. Right now, I'll tell you it's either Pinna or Pianta. And with 4 people here, I don't know if I'm going to be able to analyze and figure out which way is better. Let alone which way Ramato's going to do, which probably is the better way, knowing Ramato, but... that's just how we do it here with solo comps. See, Yato now making his way into episode 3 with Mason. Meanwhile, Jeff and Ramato both in episode 4, so that will get them Yoshi unlocked, as well as potentially Delfino Turbo and Rocket Nozzle, which could be useful depending on what these gamers are trying to do. 2 Rocket Nozzles could be useful, Delfino Rocket. Really just those 2 goals, but I think those are 2 potentially good goals depending on what routes you're trying to do. It is actually a crime, though, that we cannot see Jeff's life total. I know Jeff's going to get there, and he's going to click it when he does get there, but maybe you can see it. It's just not popping up because he's on NTSCU. But it does look like the top part of Jeff's screen is cropped. No, I don't think you can see it, even if it was popping up, because it looks like where it was on Ramato's screen would be cut off compared to Jeff's screen. Now I'm just talking about stuff that doesn't really matter. In case you're curious, the card is updating properly, as in there have been no more clicks yet. So do not worry about that. Oh man, Jeff. He's got 4 of those guys on him. It is not working out too well. Got a couple EYG gamers going right now. Ramato is good. Jeff doing the classic 2-stew setup. Oh, and Jeff... Oh no, Jeff is good. I thought he lost him, but he did not. Jeff is good for now, at least, unless he messes up at the very end. Ramato very wisely ground pounding the nail, knows the life is there. Doesn't have to miss the cycle necessarily. I guess he did miss the cycle. What am I saying? I'm just out of practice here. Now there is... Is there another life up here? I forget if there is or not. In one of these blocks. No, there isn't. I'm thinking of the watermelon block in Serenity. Man, I'm getting my different 1-up spots mixed up. I need to rewatch Jeff Compass's video. Exactly, Mars. He is grinding the lives out. Alright, so 2 secrets, 1 level is in Pinna, which makes sense. And we see that clicked off by both Jeff and Ramato. So Jeff's also probably looking at column 4. What Jeff's other line would be, I'm not sure. I don't think it's going to be row 3. What would go good with column 4 and row 5 aside from row 3? That's the question we got to figure out here. It could be row 1. I don't think row 1's necessarily bad. Row 1 could be the juice. You're gonna get 5 from 3, which is 15 shines, plus 9 Delfinos. which is, that's a lot though. 24 shines plus 45 blue coins. And really, you need 50 blue coins if you're doing that route to get you up to, you know, even 50 for blue trades. So it actually, 5 from 3 plus 15 from there, that's 31 shines in total if you count airstrips. So that does get you to Delfino Rocket. So maybe that is the math that Jeff is looking for. So the row 1, column 4, row 5. The math is not actually bad on that. Like, you're being fairly efficient in how you get to your 30 shines for Delfino Rocket. But actually, you don't even need... what's that? No, I guess you only need 45, because if you don't need to get to even 50 for the trade, because that gets you to 31. I'm just doing terrible math and rambling now. Hopefully this is somewhat entertaining. So yeah, since you only need to get to 30 for the Delfino Rocket, you do not need to get to 50 shines. It's okay to only trade in 4 for the blue coin trades. Oh, but Jeff is doing 30 from a single level. So no, maybe Jeff is doing what Ramato... Interesting. Because I swear Jeff was going for linked pairs, but maybe I guess he just needs a lot for 75. We will have to ask these gamers at the very end. Row 3 versus row 1, was that a decision? Because I think row 1 is a fairly decent rival for row 3. It is good. It is good. But you still need that total progress towards, you know, Delfino Rocket or Noki Turbo, which I don't think Noki Turbo is the play on this card. Delfino Rocket, I think, is just plain better. I've also just stared at the card for the last 2 minutes, so I have no idea what these gamers have actually been doing. It is funny to see them be in pinup this entire time. We do have Jeff leaving finally, though. He's doing some box game. At least 3 of these gamers are doing row 5, so makes sense. I'm sure Mason and Ramato will both join Jeff shortly into trying to get more Delfino shines done. And yep, we got Jeff clicking more stuff off. What's interesting is Jeff not having 16 Pianta Blues yet. Because that means he has to go back into Pianta. But he doesn't really have a reason to go back into Pianta right now. Unless he needs to life grind. Which could be his plan, but even then it's like... He'd have to do 4, then 5. Which doesn't make sense. Ooh, that's a bad miss by Mason. Did not need the death there. Anti-life synergy, plus he seems to be a little bit behind Jeff and Ramato right now, which is not that surprising given the speed difference. Oh no, Mason. But he can't afford these types of mistakes, these types of falls. We've still not seen a click from Yato. His Rico Bianco Pinna route. I've still not seen the entire vision or even part of the vision yet. But once we see a couple clicks out of Yato, I'm sure everything will make sense. There's Ramato with his 2 Pinna Hidden Shines, 6 Delfino Shines. Mason getting his 2 Secrets 1 level clicked off. Yato going for Hidden. Okay. Maybe Yato is a... I guess Yato is looking at the Pinna Hiddens in row 5 potentially. I always forget that there's 2 Pinna Hiddens on this card. Yep, at least he's not going to game over. That's true. These guys do want their lives. And there's Yato's first click. 2 Pinna Hidden Shines. Presumably another row 5 gamer. So it looks like column 4 could very likely be a goal that, or a row that, maybe not a row, but a line that everyone does. Column 4, row 5. Can't say I blame the players. They're, especially row 5 is just fairly painless, especially for non-lockout standards. Column 4 has a little bit of pain, that's for sure. But it works well with a lot of stuff on this card, so it makes sense as well. This is a good card for blue coins. You know, 75 blues, not that terrible. 14 Delfino Shines of blue trades. Pretty easy when you're getting 75 blues. Ooh, that's not a great fall by Ramato. Will make getting the coin under the waterfall a little bit tricky. Should be okay for 16 blues without it. I think he's afforded 1 backup coin. Or not Ramato, Jeff. Sorry, I got my names mixed up. Yeah, so I think there's maybe 19 or 20 coins in total on this level. We're about to cross the 45-minute mark here. Now, it may look like a lot of goals are not clicked off, but remember, this is non-lockout. You're not racing towards any goal. You can build towards these goals over the course of the match, and that's what these players have been doing. So, the last, 5-10 minutes of the match, you'll see so much stuff clicked off. It'll all come together really quick. Because these guys, they know how to plan out their routes. Mason getting 2 Pinna Hidden Shines. It's gotten that clicked off. Ramato just barely getting to that ledge. Ooh, oh, Jeff did not get the spin. He got there, though. Not the cleanest by Jeff, but he gets it done. Now it'll be Ramato's turn here in the Noki Ruins. Oh, Jeff getting 4 Hidden Shines. Interesting. So Jeff is not doing column 4. He's doing BLTR. Interesting. So that's why Jeff did not go for 16 Piano Blues. It all makes sense now. Very interesting. So Where is Jeff's other rocket nozzle coming from? That's the question we're all asking now. Because he needs 2 of them. Delfino's a given. Noki... I guess Noki's the other one. Duh. What am I saying? He just did Noki. I am an idiot. I always say something really stupid when I do these commentaries. And that time it was just blanking that the Noki rocket nozzle exists. Oh, so Jeff's route's actually good. I forgot that... I don't know why I forgot Noki had a rocket nozzle, but it does have a rocket nozzle. You already got Noki? I was trying to figure out what the other one was, but I didn't realize he had enough blues. There's a lot of blues on this card. I actually really like Jeff's route. I like it almost more than Ramato's route. Although Jeff's route could come together really quick. So Yato is also looking at BLTR. Row 5. Maybe. Or is it? It's not column 2. He would have been to Pianta already. Yep, and there's Jeff's Delfino Shines. He's the first to 9. Jeff now needing the Delfino Rocket Nozzle, 25 lives, and 75 blue coins. Remember I was saying, once it comes together, it all comes together really fast for these guys. Meanwhile, Ramato has to go through the painstaking task of all these fruit ladies. Now he's gonna be good at them, I say, before jinxing him. The development over the years of how to actually kick these durians over the water is actually insane. Players have gotten so good over the years of just getting those durians right in front of the goal. Yep, it's come to that point in the match where Jeff needs lives. We're in Bianca 1. And the good part about this life grind is you can do what Jeff's doing. While you wait for more stews to spawn, you can go get blue coins. So it's not... It's slow, but it's not that slow because Jeff does need 75 blue coins. And this is what makes Bingo great, because you can take something slow, like Bianca 1 life grind, and then make it not as slow because you're still grabbing blue coins towards goals as you wait for stews to spawn. It's awesome. It's the way the goals mesh together to build towards just a beautiful playing field. So Yato also now working towards Delfino Shines. Jeff and Ramato clicking off their lives at the same time. Ramato also clearing out 14 Delfino Shines. Yep, and this will be a fast shine for Jeff as well. Finishing 75 with the water blue in Bianca 1. Very nice. I'd love to know how many shines he's at, but he has cropped a little bit too much. It is going to be very close. Jeff has a lot of expense here. The one thing going for Jeff is not having to do Fruit Ladies. They're just very slow when you're trying to do a lot of blues and a lot of shines. This trade might get him there, which is why he's doing it now. Because it'll reset the plaza once he trades, and then make the rocket nozzle guy available. Let's see if he's there. He is there. Alright, so Jeff just needs this rocket nozzle to finish the match and win the Non-Lockout Summer Bingo Championship. And there it is. Jeff has completed column 4, row 5, and BLTR. GG's to Jeff. Well deserved. Really did a good job finding that route. Yes, really good route by Jeff. I think this is a great card for the players, a real good test. Just because having to fit in all 30 blue coins from a single level, all those players did that today. And that's not an easy goal to fit in. And actually, we had, at least it looks like, no, it looks like Yato and Mason might be doing the same 3 lines, though their routes are different. Just very different routes by the players, which is really cool to see. The other players are still playing hard, though. The pride of 2nd and 3rd place is on the line still. What is Ramato missing? Is he just missing some fast shines? Is that really it? Yes, Jeff has played a lot of non-lockouts. Maybe the most out of all the players. I would say probably the most by all these guys as well. Although Mason and Yato have done a bunch as well. Yato did start late. But I think he's a little bit too far behind. Even with the retime. I think his foray into Bianco just set him too far behind for that to come into play too much. Ramato trying to finish up his route here. Just needs the one more rocket nozzle for his last 2 goals. And there is Ramato. I guess he only needed the 1 goal. He did not need 2 rocket nozzles. He just needed the 1 rocket nozzle. So his 1 last goal. And he got it. Welcome in, Jeff.
Hey, what's up? How you doing?
Very good. No longer lonely.
No, yeah. For some reason, I thought there were 2 commentators in here, but yeah.
Yeah, Ramato and Yato are just hanging out, not listening.
No, that's valid. That's valid.
Wait, oh, is Mason doing? Mason's doing 2 diagonals? What the heck?
Maybe. I don't know. I honestly was not paying attention to anything.
No, that's fair. I mean, that's the best thing to do in non-lockouts. Caught up in these. And I thought it was a good card for especially the championship.
Oh, yeah,
putting
yeah.
all 30 blue coins from a single level. We were having this discussion with chat a little bit, where your first instinct is, just in general for bingo, 30 coins from a single level seems like a stinky goal.
Yeah.
Oftentimes in non-lockout, it's not a stinky goal, but it does kind of force you to route really precisely to fit it in. I think that was a good test for today.
I really like that goal actually. I don't know if that's one of the goals that people debated removing. I honestly don't remember, but I've always been a proponent of that goal because like there's Yoshi, like it does need Yoshi for a lot of shines or for a lot of levels, but also like Noki is like actually really broken with 30. Maybe not in this card obviously, but I mean maybe on this card it could have worked. Like there's 6 Noki shines, 6 from like stuff like that. But yeah, I'm a big fan of that goal.
I think the more you play non-lockout, the more you realize that the goal is actually a really fun, unique goal that works really well in the format.
Yeah. Like I'd say like 50, maybe like 70% of the time it's Pinna, but like 20% of the time it can be like a really good Noki goal because you don't need Yoshi. It actually is like kind of a good deeper Noki buff.
I think this is like maybe non-lockout patch 2, like the version 2, like the first update y'all ever did. But
Yeah.
I remember doing 30 blue coins from a single level in Serena one time.
It can be done, yeah. Like I've definitely. It's actually not bad in Serena. Like if you have a reason to go deep there, obviously you can't just do it out of nowhere.
No, exactly.
If it lines up, like you don't need Yoshi for anything, so it's nice. Yeah, I honestly playing against Ramato, and I hated this card at first because I just see Pinna, I see Delfino, I see Pianta, and Ramato's like 113, like insane player, so I'm like but I actually played pretty well, I thought, for my level.
No, I think you did as well. Getting that Piana 3 damage list out of the way early probably helps settle the nerves.
A little bit. I assume Ramato and Mason just did some other stuff. But...
Ramato did the strat, Mason did river strat.
How did I beat Ramato is my question. Did I... He probably got
I think it was just blue collecting.
Yeah, because I got no blue. Because
Ramato
really
needed the 16, you did not.
I did not, yeah. Where did Ramato do his 16? I don't know if Ramato's typing anywhere, I have to look, but where did Ramato do his like 16? Because like he clicked 3 damage lists and then like 2 minutes later you clicked what's it called? You clicked 16 Pianta, so I was like confused what happened. Unless you just did it in.
You're gonna have to ask him because I was having to try and pay attention to 4 people as best I can. So
no, you're good. Yeah,
where specific stuff happened, we'll wait for Ramato to type that out.
Yeah, he's typing.
And one thing I just want to ask in general, I thought row 1 was not bad.
No, I like row 1.
Okay, so I'm not crazy for thinking that.
I just don't like it on this card, but I think on most
like on this card. Okay.
I think if there were other like the lines just didn't match great with it, but I feel like on a lot of cards that would be a pretty agreeable line. If that makes sense.
No, for sure.
Ramato be typing. I also like column
Mason
5, believe it or not. I just also didn't see anything that would line up with it.
Column 5, 6 from 2 had the potential to be really good on this card.
Yeah, I agree. You're doing like 9.
It just... Welcome in, Mason. GG's. Love seeing the double diagonal route. I don't think I really saw that to start, but...
I kind of just had to go with the first thing I saw and not have much...
Yeah, that was... I'll be honest. Oh, sorry, you're good.
Yeah, I completely wrote off. I saw Noki Turbo and Delfino Rocket, and I was like, I don't have time to figure that out, so I just didn't. I was like, from the beginning, I was like, that's not a goal I'm going to go for. So I just kind of saw the Pinna value, and I was like, oh, I can only go deep in Pinna. That's probably best, and so I just did that.
So was that part of the disadvantage of having to click on the card later, just not being able to think about how to route around the 30 blue coins? Because we were talking about before you jumped in, Mason, it's just 30 blue coins, not that terrible of a goal, but you still have to route it in very cleverly to do that efficiently.
Yeah, I mean, it worked out that Pinna was good on this card. I think if it wasn't such an obvious deep Pinna card, it would have been very different. Because I think every world except Noki requires Yoshi. So it's like, if you have to do any other world, it is a lot trickier. But if you have to do Pinna, it's not difficult to route around, especially when you see 2 Pinna hit-ins.
I'll read off what Ramato's saying just so that way chat's aware. He did 16-4 because he did not have enough time to micro route at the start. He was mauling so hard for the whole match because of doing Pianta 4 for no reason, plus not routing, and 4 1-ups during the start of the match, so was pretty sure I had lost to Jeff by then. He also said he thinks the staggered start was a cool idea, and Jeff definitely deserved the advantage with winning the most weeklies, but man, is it brutal to not have full routing time after not doing nons for like 2+ months. Lol.
Well, I
on
also
top of not
haven't
being
done
fully focused on bingoing due to the restream stuff taking attention, which
Yeah, that's fair.
everyone watching it, we thank you for restreaming and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, thanks for doing that.
I'm kind of mixed on the staggered start idea, to be honest with you. I think I like the idea. I do think it gave me a little. I guess I don't know how much of an advantage it gave me versus like 2 minutes versus Ramato. Like, I guess the others, like, I'm a little favored anyway, but like Ramato, it's more of like a 50-50. I don't know if the 2 minutes, but
I think I still came out with a pretty good route. I mean, I did do Pinna 5 because I didn't feel practice in EYG, and then I died 3 times in Pinna 6, which,
Oh yeah, my EYG
along
was
with dying,
sloppy.
I had no good life routing. I did Delfino. I did a little bit in Pinna 2R, but for the most part, I got most of my lives in Delfino. So having to do 3 extra Delfino lives along with the time loss of dying twice. I mean, if you remove that, I probably am really close with Ramato, even with the staggered start. So
Yeah, my life routing was a little suspect on this card. I think it was mostly good, but it was there were.
I got the life with the Delfino bird. Oh no, yeah.
Oh, like the Goldberg, yeah.
Yeah, I did the 2
Ramato's
lives, so
saying,
I'm close to Goldberg. So.
yeah, Ramato's saying, at least it wasn't the toughest card to route, so Def wasn't a game-losing disadvantage because I got 3 rows I was happy with, but Def would have liked the 2 minutes to have the time to plan out my micro routing.
Yeah, that's valid.
And I think,
Yeah.
I also, at first I heard about this advantage-disadvantage system was today, but I also think, like, you could tune it to be, quote-unquote, more fair. Like,
Yeah.
maybe give everyone the standard time, but just have, let Jeff open the card a minute before we do the countdown or something. So instead of like taking time away, you're giving Jeff more time.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. I enjoyed having
There's
to
different ways
to
to
route
iterate.
with a restriction. I thought it was nice and frantic to try and find something basically during the plant unlock. So
I will
But
say
the-
in regards to my route, like I pretty much settled on my 3 lines right away. I'll be honest. So like I spent the rest of the time looking for other routes, and I felt like there might have been something better, but like mostly I was locked into my route like ASAP, if it's any consolation at all.
yeah, no. What I wanted from this is like I know Ramato had floated the idea of like basically a elimination style championship with 3 rounds with the top 4 where the bottom gets eliminated, and that would have been cool, but I just don't. I think the interest was kind of waning by the end of the summer. So
Yeah.
the goal for this was to not make all the effort of getting first place basically across the 3 months or 4 months. I mean, you got first place across 4 months. I wanted that to mean something and not be just completely nullified. But I don't know. Interesting idea to try, I think.
Yeah, I actually really like.
I really do like it.
Format. Yeah, this format I think was really good. I think the problem was like there was kind of low interest, especially like halfway through. Like I think if this was like the most active player base, like 10 or so, and like there was more competition around, I think this would have played out a little like better. I think
It's
just, like,
unfortunate that we had
player
2 of
base.
the more active players kind of drop out at at the start of May. Just like
Look.
leave the Discord and take breaks from the game.
Look, the Switch 2 came out, and that's my excuse. So, I did play the Switch 2 a little too much in June. Although I didn't leave the Discord. I also had like stockpiled a good amount of points by then, so I was like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, the only way, or yeah, you I think clinched first place basically by the end of July.
Yeah. We do have an exciting tournament coming up shortly, though. Should I talk about that real quick while Yato finishes up?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, Birth of a Bloodline. I think, was it Tomato and Dex are running that, right?
And me, but yeah, mostly this is.
Oh, and Mason.
Tomato's
I read it.
brainchild.
Yeah, I read it very shortly. I know this is something Tomato has been working towards, but if you're a new bingo player, having bingo, great opportunity to enter a tournament focused on beginners. That's how I got my start in bingo. I played a tournament for beginners. It was a lot of fun, a lot of chaos, a lot of classic bingo moments from that tournament. We still love to talk about. So if you have ever thought about wanting to try bingo, it's great. You'll get a coach. Signups are open for the next 3 days until September 16th, and it'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, Ramato, if you're able, at the end of stream, you can you can play the trailer. That's not too much.
See, Yato, what is he working towards? Delfino Shines and Rocket Nozzle and Lives.
Rocket on this card is a hot ticket item.
That's another one of those non-lockout goals that it seems scary, and then you realize, well, I'm gonna get to 30 shines. Might as well just do it.
I had to stretch a little bit. I had to do like Bianca 1. But I
Yeah,
also
you routed
needed
it in though.
I really wasn't intending to do Bianca 1 at the start of this, but what happened was I was like slightly behind on life routing and blues, so I was just like, all right, well, I'll just do it. It's also like the fastest shine. I think,
Honestly,
from
Jeff, I don't know which one of our routes is faster because I didn't have to do any of the Shadow Mario Yoshi. What did you have to do for the other two hiddens? I guess you just entered Gelato and Noki.
Yeah, that was it. I liked your route besides 2 from 5. Like 2 from 5 was the reason I wrote that off.
Well, it worked out because I did Noki 1 plus Rocket, Gelato 1, and then Rico 1, 2, and injured for Rocket. So it's that versus 25 blues plus Delfino three Delfino Shadow Marios. You probably got 5 links anyways, or close to it.
I got trolled in Gelato by a Cataquack, so I didn't get that linked. I got 3 Pinna links, and I didn't get Delfino, so... But yeah, it wouldn't have been. I know you're saying it wouldn't have been that much work.
Yeah, when Jeff went for the 5 linked pairs, or the linked pair in Gelato, I was like, is he actually going for row 1 or something? But no, he just wanted 75. Yeah.
75 on this card sucked with my route. It was so... I had to do like 20 Noki blues for no reason.
Yeah, I did.
I don't know if I got 20, but I got 17.
Outside of Pinna, I just had to do 20 blues total, so it was nice picking up blues whenever I could, but I had some mishaps.
That is what made Ramato's route nice, because he had to get a ton of blues for row 3, aside from the 75 total.
I liked row 3. I was actually thinking, like, when Ramato clicked 16 Pinna blues, I was thinking, like, oh, did I, like, screw up this card by not incorporating that in my route? I was actually thinking about that for quite a bit.
That was the first row I looked at as well, because, yeah, it is. But then I just saw, the synergy with the diagonals in row 5. I mean, 6 and 9 Delfino Shines is crazy synergy.
Well, that and 14 with trades.
Yeah, but the 6 and 9 being on the same row, it's like you have to look at that row.
People have debated whether or not we should like put things in to make it so that can't show up. And I understand why, arguably, yeah. And it's been discussed a lot, but I also think like non-lockout is so like beefy and long anyways, usually, that it's like, it's kind of a nicer way to make non-lockout a bit more palatable, I think. I think if we started like working around stuff like that, like there would never be like any good rows ever again. Arguably,
The problem with
that's not true.
non-lockout is like at this level you're playing triples or trip antes or whatever, but
Mhm.
then other people might play doubles or singles and the balance is just way different.
That's
Like
true.
for triple
Yeah.
this is fine. For singles, maybe a little less fine, but also it's like if you're playing a single, you're playing casual anyway, so a quick match is kind of fun for that level.
Yeah. I'm fine with the way Non-Lockout is, although I think it could be improved also.
Hello.
Hello.
GG's to Yato.
GG's.
Uh, yeah,
4
let's
different
change
routes today.
this. Yeah,
Yeah.
But
let's
everyone
change.
did row 5.
Or 5 was good.
5 was super good. 5 was super good.
I mean, it was good in the context of the card. I don't think alone it was good, but yeah, it was good.
Alrighty. Any other things anyone wants to say, Yato? Any thoughts of regrets?
Yeah, I changed my route at the middle of the game.
I was wondering about that because you went to Bianco at the start and Rico as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. I think it's like my route originally had a row 4 in the middle.
Mm.
So I needed 3 red coin episode shines and 2 from 5. So it's like, okay, I will go to Bianco to get one episode, one red good episode, and I go to Rico just for 2 from 5. Then I realized, like, when everyone, no, when Jeff and Remato click all 30 blue coins, I realized that my route would be so much faster if I did BLTR instead of row 4.
Ah.
Because I already did like half of the stop with my route of BLTR.
Yes.
The row 4 was actually just like extra stuff I had to do. And actually think if I did that route, I will end up like being more slow than what I did. So yeah, I
That
think
makes a lot of sense now because we were a little bit confused on your start versus what you started clicking on, but it makes sense that you did switch courses in mid game.
yeah. But yeah, and the rest I think was I don't know. I think my route was the worst of the others. 2 from 5 was super slow. I think too much stuff. Also, I don't know. It was very rough. I think. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think a
Yeah,
lot
this
of what
would
you're
have been a hard
saying.
card. It's like not a
Yeah.
lot of routing time.
We were talking about 2 from 5 being tough earlier with Mason, who he clicked it off, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't love it on this card. Mesa made it work pretty well. I just personally for me, I didn't think it fit in well.
Yep.
I wouldn't
Alrighty.
have been able to make it work. At least,
Any last thoughts by anyone before we try
but,
playing the trailer for Birth of a Bloodline?
thank you,
Big shout
Mason, for
out.
organizing this event.
Big shout out to Darkman for not only participating in every weekly that happened, but doing all the like leaderboard and points calculating.
Oh yes, that's right.
Yeah, I was falling behind on that. So if he wasn't able to come through the clutch, it would have been difficult. So big shout out to him, and yeah, everyone for playing. We had 12 different people participate in it. So
Thank you, Mason, for organizing. It's fun.
Awesome stuff. Now I guess let's try and get the trailer going. Take it away, Ramato, if you can. And if not, that's fine. We'll end stream, raid someone. Who's gaming today?
Uh,
There is Akane. Oh, here it comes. We don't have desktop audio, so this might be doomed.
Mojongo, you need to do the cool voice that Tomato did. That's how we fix. That's how we save.
I'm just gonna post the link in chat.
Yeah, that probably is better.
I might get banned for this, but oh nope, it let me do it. All right. Let's raid. We are going to raid. GG's to everyone playing, everyone who participated in this competition. And we look forward to seeing you for Birth of a Bloodline tournament, which will presumably be streaming games here on Sunshine Communities. So stay tuned for that. Enjoy your weekends, everyone.
You too, Mojongo.